Good afternoon, viewers. This is Nltv. You are watching Midday News. Here are the top stories. Nagaland Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi says the signing of the much-awaited peace agreement on the Naga political issue between the centre and the Naga negotiators is not very far. Mukhi says centre and state government are working together to bring lasting peace to the land. The 22nd edition of Hornbill International Festival 2021 enters its second day on Thursday. The second day will witness Hornbill 9th HRM Riders Unlock 2021 Kings of the Hills, Hornbill International Photo Fest, Naga Chef Seasons 8 and live music among many others. Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia is said to have a meeting with officials of states and union territories to review COVID testing and surveillance measures at international airports. Lok Sabha passes a bill to regulate and supervise assisted reproductive technology clinics amidst various members urging the government not to include single parents and the LGBT community from using this procedure. The new Omicron coronavirus variant has been confirmed in 23 countries and their number is expected to rise, informs Director General of the World Health Organization, Adhanom Ghebreyesus. And now the news in details. Nagaland Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi, while greeting the people of Nagaland on the state's 59th Statehood Day on Wednesday, said the signing of the much-awaited peace agreement on the Naga political issue between the centre and the Naga negotiators is not very far. Mukhi said Government of India and Nagaland government are working together to bring lasting peace to the people of Nagaland. Mukhi urged the citizens to create a conducive atmosphere for welcoming the new dawn of a peaceful and progressive Nagaland. He further reiterated Prime Minister Narendra Modi's commitment to ensure development of the northeastern region. The governor further stated that Nagaland is bestowed with rich flora and fauna and urged the people to harness resources for the development of the state. The 22nd edition of Hornbill International Festival 2021 enters its second day on Thursday. The second day will witness cultural shows, city tour, tsuku, futsuro and topema experience, Hornbill walks, handloom and handicrafts, Maiki Festival, Space Crafts, Artist Corner, Naga Indigenous Event, Hornbill 9th HRM Riders Unlock 2021, Keja Kena People's Festival, Naga Chef Season 8, Naga Ethnic and Traditional Wear Show, Traditional Evening Park, Music Festival, Archive Section and WW2 Museum, Kings of the Hills, Hot Space, Sale of Agri-Products, Adventure Activities, Art Exhibition cum sale, live demonstration of various agricultural items. Kids Carnival, Hornbill International Photo Fest, pop-up and concerts by imagination. All events of the 22nd edition of Hornbill Festival fall under the theme Cultural Connect. The events of the second day will host and commence from Naga Heritage Village, Kisama. Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia is set to have a meeting with officials of states and union territories to review COVID testing and surveillance measures at international airports. India on Wednesday enforced strict rules for those arriving from abroad, particularly from nations that have reported Omicron cases. The meeting comes following a day of long queues and prolonged waiting times for COVID test results at international airports and uncertainty over COVID test and quarantine protocols in Maharashtra. It may be mentioned that Maharashtra announced a set of rules that are more stringent than the centre's. The Arts and Culture Department Government of Meghalaya, in collaboration with the Sports and Youth Affairs Department, Office of the SDO Amlarem, Civil Amlarem Subdivision and Seng Samla Shrongdep Cultural and Sports Club to organize the Umagot River Festival, which is the cleanest river in India. On December 3rd, the one-day festival will be held at Umnong River in Shnongdeng village in West Jaintia Hills district. The objective of the festival is to promote tourism and water sports activities. The festival includes boat tableau competition, boating, water polo and zip lining among others. The Central Board of Secondary Education Examination, which held on Wednesday, asked a question on the 2002 Gujarat riots, made its way to the sociology examination paper for class 12 students. The question: the unprecedented scale and spread of anti-Muslim violence in Gujarat in 2002 took place under which government, was part of the Term 1 question paper, which came with 4 multiple-choice options for students to choose from: BJP, Congress, Democratic and Republican. The CBSE acknowledgement came after the board received complaints from various quarters regarding the question. The board declared that it was an error on the question and initiated an inquiry into the matter. Furthermore, the board has promised to take strict action against the responsible persons. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday held a meeting with his top ministers in Parliament to discuss strategy for the ongoing winter session of the House. The meeting was held at a time when the opposition leaders were protesting against the suspension of 12 opposition members of the Rajya Sabha. Earlier on Wednesday, Modi held a meeting to discuss the strategy in the Parliament. Notably, the winter session of the Parliament commenced on November 29 and is set to conclude on December 23rd. Supreme Court on Thursday pulled up the Delhi government for opening schools amid the rising air pollution levels in the city. The court questioned Delhi government's decision to reopen schools. Supreme Court further asked why children are being forced to go to school when government implemented work from home for adults. Meanwhile, the air quality in Delhi continued to remain in the very poor category on Thursday, with overall air quality index at 312. Manipur Health Department will start a doorstep delivery of antiretroviral medicine for people living with HIV from December. This was conveyed by Chief Minister of Manipur N. Biren Singh during the World AIDS Day program organized at the 1st Manipur Rifles Parade Ground on Wednesday. The Chief Minister explained that high hesitancy rate among PLHIV to visit hospitals and art centers was due to social stigma. Therefore, the government has taken this step to increase accessibility of art medicine for PLHIV and reduce prevailing social stigma. The state celebrated the World AIDS Day under theme and inequalities and AIDS and pandemics. The Manipur State AIDS Control Society reported that the adult HIV prevalence in the state has declined. However, only 57% of PLHIV are continuing art treatment. Therefore, MSCS has implored that retention at art treatment needs to be higher. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare on Wednesday has reported that amongst 3,476 inbound passengers from 11 international flights from at-risk countries, 6 were tested COVID-19 positive after RT-PCR screening test. The samples of positive passengers were sent to Insakok labs for whole genomic sequencing. Government of India has assured to continue to keep track of the evolving situation and support the states and union territories countries in the fight against Omicron. The country has started to operate guidelines for international travelers issued by the Center as public health response measures for control and management of the new variant of COVID-19 Omicron, which has been designated as variant of concern by WHO. Delhi air quality continued to remain in a very poor category on Thursday morning. The overall air quality index of Delhi on Thursday morning was recorded at 312. An AQI between 301 and 400 is considered very poor. Meanwhile, System of Air Quality and Weather Forecasting and Research has issued an advisory to avoid outdoor physical activity and prolonged exertion in view of the poor air quality.
थोड़ा आँखों में लग रहा है और गले में भी थोड़ा जाम हो रहा है, गला भी घूमने में भी, इसलिए हम थोड़ा लेट आ रहे हैं घूमने के लिए। उससे थोड़ा सा फर्क पड़ रहा है थोड़ा लेट होने में। अगर जल्दी आएंगे तो और ज़्यादा पोल्यूशन है। अब ये बारिश के बाद ही जाएगा, बारिश आ जाए तो पोल्यूशन खत्म हो जाए।
हमें आँखों में बहुत ज़्यादा परेशानी होती है, गले में ज़्यादा दर्द होता है और थोड़ा हो।
Lok Sabha passed a bill to regulate and supervise assisted reproductive technology clinics on Wednesday. Various members urged the government not to exclude single parents and the LGBT community from using this procedure. Some members opined that since a bill on surrogacy is pending in Rajya Sabha and the two draft legislations are interlinked, both should be passed together. Notably, the surrogacy bill was passed in Lok Sabha and now it is in Rajya Sabha. India on Wednesday joined the G20 troika, which consists of Indonesia, Italy and India. The G20 is the premier global forum for international economic cooperation. G20 summit just hosted at Italy, while Indonesia assumed the G20 presidency on Thursday and will host G20 Leaders Summit on October 2022. As a troika member, India will work closely with Indonesia and Italy to ensure consistency and continuity of the G20's agenda. India will assume the G20 presidency on December 1, 2022 from Indonesia and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit in 2023. West Bengal BJP unit on Wednesday slammed West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee for allegedly insulting the national anthem by singing the incomplete anthem. West Bengal BJP unit stated that while singing national anthem in a press conference in Mumbai, Banerjee sat down at first, then stood up and stopped singing halfway. Then further remarked that as a chief minister, she has insulted the culture of Bengal, the national anthem and the country. BJP leader Amit Malviya remarked that national anthem is one of the most powerful manifestations of national identity. So, the least people holding public office can do is not demean it. Several other politician leaders also slammed Banerjee for this gesture. WHO on Wednesday confirmed that Omicron COVID-19 variant, which was discovered in Southern Africa on November, have spread in 23 countries. However, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, the Director General of WHO on Wednesday, spoke against blanket travel ban on affected nations and explained that rational, proportional risk reduction measures such as screening passengers and mandatory quarantine of international travelers and keeping international health regulations can curb the spread of virulent Omicron. In his address at a press conference, Ghebreyesus confirmed that the countries hail from 5 or 6 WHO regions and that the cases are expected to rise. The Director General also assured that scientists are studying diligently about Omicron, its transmission, severity of disease, and the effectiveness of tests, therapeutics, and vaccines. Well, viewers, that's all for Midday News. Thank you so much for viewing Nagaland TV.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Jio TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 10 in Global Chapter, and for Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and Twitter.
Hello and welcome to Nagaland TV. This is Chip and Kung. You are watching English News Now. Here are the top stories for the day. Nagaland Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi says the signing of the much-awaited peace agreement on the Naga political issue between the centre and the Naga negotiators is not very far. Mukhi says centre and the state government are working together to bring lasting peace to the land. The 22nd edition of Hornbill International Festival 2021 enters its second day on Thursday. The second day will witness Hornbill 9th HRM Riders Unlock 2021, Kings of the Hills, Hornbill International Photo Fest, Naga Chef Season 8 and live music among many others. Lok Sabha passes a bill to regulate and supervise assisted reproductive technology clinics amidst various members urging the government not to exclude single parents and the LGBTQ community from using this procedure. The new Omicron coronavirus variant has been confirmed in 23 countries and their number is expected to rise, informs Director General of the World Health Organization.